192 from 146. For a double break, perhaps.
80. Junior require 104.
Well, can he get a third dart at double in this match? It's a treble 16. On either side of it. So the answer is no, not in this
48.
visit at any rate.
Richie requires 32.
Nicely done from Richie Edhouse, who is
Could have been a very different game were it not for that rogue treble 12 that just seemed to derail him for half the match.
140.
Yeah, quite simply, you don't earn a tour card without having a lot of talent. Being able to produce at the right moments and produce in an environment like this where you've got 2,000 German fans behind you.
Well, up playing for Cheshire County, as Sean has done for quite a while now. I don't care how many raucous pubs you go into, it's not going to be like this.
81.
I've been to Crewe, and there are some raucous pubs, but again, not like this. Richie Edhouse going to get match darts for a 6-2 victory, kicking off the evening session. Potentially, like this afternoon's was kicked off with Martijn Dragh's 6-2 victory over Rapid Ricky Evans. Edhouse iron up tops.
Double 10. This caused problems for a few players this afternoon. Sean Wilkinson won the opening leg on double 7, and Richie Edhouse closes the game out on the same double. Fairly comfortable for Madhouse in the end.
Got a couple of maximums in the game from Graham. Make that 3. Nothing in the way of 170 pluses yet, but in the scoring column, Graham is the mayor, and Ryan's not even a citizen.
99, Graham, 143.
So much they're apart in that department. Graham can go for treble 13 here or treble 17 potentially. Depends what he wants. That'll do very nicely.
On your 146.
He'll go 19s because when he's on form, he's the best double 16 hitter in the world, bar none. But he's not getting there, that's the problem.
126, Graham, you're 24.
Fabulous setup, but it means absolutely nothing.
And that, a lot of players didn't play out during that series. He had probably, in fact, it's not even probably, he had the game of the entire calendar year in 2022. He won a game 4-2 with 4-ton plus checkouts, a 111 average, and a 9-darter all in the same game. So when he puts it all together, honestly, it's irresistible. Double 16.
46.
Doesn't matter whether it's tops or double 16, he's having problems with it.
Graham Usher can play, there's no question about that, but blowing more cold
60.
than hot on the doubles.
Bit
of an understatement, to be honest.
He gets there for a 5-2 lead. Could have been a very different game were it not for that rogue treble 12 that just seemed to derail him for half the match.
140.
Yeah, quite simply, you don't earn a tour card without having a lot of talent. Being able to produce at the right moments and produce in an environment like this where you've got 2,000 German fans behind you.
Well, up playing for Cheshire County, as Sean has done for quite a while now. I don't care how many raucous pubs you go into, it's not going to be like this.
81.
I've been to Crewe, and there are some raucous pubs, but again, not like this. Richie Edhouse going to get match darts for a 6-2 victory, kicking off the evening session. Potentially, like this afternoon's was kicked off with Martijn Dragh's 6-2 victory over Rapid Ricky Evans. Edhouse iron up tops.
Double 10. This caused problems for a few players this afternoon. Sean Wilkinson won the opening leg on double 7, and Richie Edhouse closes the game out on the same double. Fairly comfortable for Madhouse in the end.
That Graham, you just never know when Ryan Joyce might find that little extra spark from somewhere. Bit like that.
Well, there's his maximum.
155.
155 would have been a spectacular way to win, but not to be. Cracker of a setup though.
31. Ryan, you
I put
require
my house
44.
on the fact that he's going 12 here. Luckily, my house is safe. Is Ryan safe? He is not,
28.
and he could
Ryan,
be
you
gone.
require 24.
Well, it's not been the highest quality of games, but
Okay.
Graham Usher will not care because he is through to round 2.
There's a very real chance that Clements and Schindler may get better than they are. Then Germany does start to become the superpower in darts that it could be. Double 6 for Weinig for a 2-0 lead. Well, Ryan Meikle is barely even in this game at the minute, but he could level up.
I just don't want to be called Ryan tonight. Ryan Joyce had a nightmare, and so far Ryan Meikle, it's almost as if his darts were left in the practice room. He needs something like a 1-2-6 just to get him going. But he's not going to get there, and Weinig, who narrowly missed double 12 and double 6, now gets another look to double his lead. Down to the basement double. He'll have to bypass that one.
6.
Not able to do so gives Meikle a second bite of the cherry.
He may only get one dart from here. Playing on the 16s. He does love double top, but he's barely hitting anything he's going for in the first couple of legs here.
He's a good 20 points behind his seasonal average in this game. And he's now 2-0 down as well. Almost embarrassed to win that leg, Lucas Weinig.
He's himself 86. And Lucas Weinig. Oh, another in there, leaves tops. Oh, it looked inviting as well. But Ryan Meikle, who's only had one dart at double so far in this match, at tops, may only get one at the ball here.
And this is not his kind of finish.
No.
Because he likes tops and 10s. He might just need the bull. It is barbecue sauce.
47.
Not saucy enough.
Because you require 54.
And to compound the pain, this is for a breaker throw.
And
that's right in the middle. On the fly is one of the hardest things to do in this game.
It's almost like you start overthinking. Start trying to pit all that stuff you do automatically. When you're playing well and you just step up to the oche and you're not even having to think. But now you are. Am I holding it right? Am I throwing it right? Am I doing this right? And you start micromanaging every little thing that normally you do automatically. And that's when those things sort of break down. You become aware of things that you never were before. It's a difficult thing to get out of. But Lucas Weinig might be getting out of this match with a 6-1 win. And he might do it with a 160 finish. Oh, Lucas Weinig! It was reminiscent of last year in his Dobie victory. A massive finish to round it off.
Try and force his way into the top 32. What his countryman Steve Lennon managed a few years ago, but he's since dropped out.
64.
Stephen Bunting's big task is to pick up a TV title, perhaps. He's knocked on the door on a few occasions.
27. Stephen, you require 57.
It's a mess there from OConnor, only getting a dart at the ball, and you can see from his facial expression it should have been better than that. Double 10 again for Bunting. Lantier goes at it now, and he's hit it twice, so it's 2. Well, provisionally moves above Gary Anderson just by being here into the 22nd spot. But he's quite nicely placed for things like the match play. Still a way to go, of course. But he'll expect to be in all the TV tournaments this year. He is, as we said at the start of this one,
58.
a consistent, regular accumulator of ranking money. That's the treble. Wants the single. Now wants the double. Back to his starting position over on the right-hand side. Flings his little 12-gram dart into the red bit for a 4-1 lead. It'll be pretty close.
There were probably times on the Euro Tour when everyone else went to think, if I get runner-up, that's a good result.
Well, just I hope you're in the other half. Maybe you'll get to the final. This is better from O'Connor.
421.
Having a little spell here where he's much more competitive.
This is competitive from Stephen Bunting, a 1-5-2 check out. We sound greedy, but we want to see a 9 in every tournament, at least one.
130.
That's more than good enough, though. A late burst, perhaps, from Willie O'Connor. And that 1-5-2 check out from Bunting seems to have fired him up a little bit.
Well, it looks even more important now, doesn't it? If it weren't for that, Willie O'Connor was on a 2-darter.
51.
This game could be very, very different. Double 16. There's only one leg in it, and Willie O'Connor has the darts. Set the numbers right, make sure he leaves a finish. Thinking clearly. Oh, is this the max?
137.
It isn't, but it leaves him a 2-dart checkout for the match. Great response from Stephen Bunting. He may not get a look at it, though. Oh, Willie O'Connor can't find the treble 19, and Stephen Bunting has a chance to win it without the stress of a last leg decider. He has to start on the 20s. He's got to give himself a chance. He's gone the ball. Now is it 15s? It is, and it leaves the ball.
65. William, you require
Easy to say in hindsight, but that looked like the wrong decision from Bunting. Now O'Connor might need the bull. But that treble 13 leaves double 12.
44.
And Stephen Bunting gets another bite.
25.
Well, it wasn't a great first dart, but he did tidy it up and got a dart at the outer ring. That was the bare minimum. But he might be leaving with a bare minimum for this weekend. It's a first-round exit. Stephen Bunting again accumulates more ranking money.
For the next 2 years, and Richard is the kind of player for me who has got the experience to handle the pressures of PDC life.
72.
Yeah, he's certainly proven it with his performances in Players' Championships this year. He'll get one dart at tops to open up
52.
with a perfect leg.
40.
Not only is Richard Veenstra up against the excitable German crowd, will break off as Florian Hempel delights the home crowd with a fabulous darts player. Florian Hempel will be hoping to have a fabulous evening, and he's well on course to hold his throw after the initial break.
He's going to go for the 20s on 72 because he does like 32.
56.
Not on this occasion, and Veenstra does get a shot.
70.
Don't blink because you might miss this.
Can Veenstra do what Hempel couldn't? The answer is yes, and it's an instant break back. Yeah, there will be a subdued hush as he goes for the... No, he doesn't go for the bull. Caught me out then.
I thought he was going for it as well, so I'm going to back you up there, Dan. But one thing that Flyers is doing very well is he's not reacting to anything that he is doing or Florian's doing. He's keeping everybody on their seats. Look at that. No reaction. Very much like the Willie O'Connor dart that you saw, they have the ability to change the position on the barrel, and it affects the way that the angle of attack is in the board. It can land either upright or indeed flat. Most players who are getting the upright angle of attack are throwing from the back of the barrel, whereas people who do this tend to throw more towards the front.
99. Florian, you require 32.
I thought he was going to move on that one. Maybe he should have, but he's definitely got to move for double 8 and finds it. The reaction of the crowd tells you a bit of a story. Wasn't very tall either. But then again, Raymond van Barneveld, who you'll see tonight, was, well, still is, over 6 feet tall.
You require 42.
Yeah, the shrinking process hasn't started yet with Barney.
Ooh, that's a bad dart. Got to go for the 11 now, surely. He doesn't make the mistake there. This is a big dart.
26.
And it doesn't equalise just yet.
This
is a possible game changer for Veenstra.
Well, Flo was knocked out of flow then by that errant dart. That's very good. That's very, very good from Richard Veenstra.
167.
And with Florian Hempel on a finish, he'll have to go for it. Rare misstep from Veenstra, but he tidies up so well.
What does he choose for the 42? He's been decent on tops, and he's been good on double 16, so I give it to you, Richard. It's your game to win.
I would have laughed then if it had been 6 double 18, but it's 10 double 16, and Richard Veenstra has silenced the home fans.
Raymond, there might just be one for James as well, because his last European Tour success is just down the road in Hamburg.
Back turn from Barney. We're all level in the leg, but maybe not for very long. Wade misses the bullseye. He's pretty much the best bullseye hitter in world darts statistically.
Can't say I'm surprised to hear that, but Raymond's trying to show him what Wade could not do. Double 14. And he does what James can't.
3-week period he was outside of the top 10. That's a mess from Wade.
40.
Just the 40 scored, and that opens the door, because Wade may only get a dart at the bullseye, which is all he got in the first leg, and that wasn't enough. He may not even get that. Oh, not far away.
That's one of the most important Dutch checkouts in history, that 145. As he got Michael van Gerwen his first major in the PDC at the World Grand Prix. Now Wadey's messing around again and is not going to get a shot at a double with 3 darts at 84. That's a big error.
6 darts from 1-2.
Raymond, you require 66.
And he's at 33.
Lovely dart, double 18. Loves it here. Double 9. A tricky switch, as we call it.
James, you require 33.
Oh, this is a tricky checkout. It's obviously going to be 13 double 10. Whenever you need a friend, go to 10s. And it comes up trumps. Never really had a reputation for taking out those 170s, has he, James? Been more of a 1-2-1 and a 104 kind of guy.
Yeah, it's the one treble combos where James Wade has made a habit of taking them out. 2 trebles required for the 141, which isn't happening.
76.
That's some way off where he's aiming. He's looking at the treble 13 there, and it's actually closer to the 10 segment than the 13.
Yeah, that was low. That was thrown through the air without enough force. And Wadey was going for the hard way for the 111, the 1 first, then the 60 bull. Raymond can't afford to miss this. Double top. That one's low again. And that one's to the right. So what a chance for Wadey. It's the next door neighbour of his favourite double.
Well, he's good in this bit of the board, so you kind of fancy him. You kind of fancy James Wade in any double. And of course he pins it. And it is 3 on the spin, 2 against the darts. The one thing you've got to give credit to Raymond van Barneveld, because in the first coming of Barney and when it eventually led to retirement,
140.
the effort and the commitment and the willingness to compete and travel, it just wasn't there. He wasn't playing in Euro Tours. He wasn't even trying to qualify for some of them. He was missing out on the European Championship because he just wasn't involved. But he is trying, putting the effort in.
It's one of those finishes. It's just what he does. 60.
All of a sudden, he's in total control.
Sometimes he plays beat the score darts. And what I mean by that is, in legs like this, I'll just get something a little bit better than yours. And eventually, I'll be a dart ahead by the time I get to the finish, and I'll just dispose of you.
It's just the focus, the intensity. He turns it on and off like a tap, better than I think anybody I've ever seen. Let a leg go, not even compete, but when it matters, he's so good at turning it on.
93.
I don't see him missing that 50 either. I see this leg ending in the next 5 or 6 darts.
He has forced Raymond van Barneveld to have a brilliant 4-visit leg to get this, and Raymond hasn't been able to come up with it. And so James Wade closes it out in 14 darts, and that is a satisfying win for Wade. Well, if you are looking for reasons to back Gurney in this one, the fact he's qualified for all 4 of the first Euro Tours, and the fact that he threw his second highest average on record in one of them, 109 in qualifying for Risa and beating Richard Veenstra. It's an indication he's playing some good stuff, but that maximum from Gabriel Clements gives him a chance to break through, which is exactly what he does. 4 perfect darts to round off the leg for Clements. Maybe there would be no mental barrier. Gabriel Clements might have picked up multiple PDC titles.
98, W129.
Good response from Gurney after losing that opening leg. He did take out a 164 at the weekend, didn't he, Gabriel Clements?
He took it out against Ross Smith because he rejected a dart at the bull.
Oh, thought he was going to repeat the trick for a minute.
And he went that route as well and started on the 18s. Yeah, it was quite funny watching that. All Ross Smith could do, he literally applaud in the background.
Ooh, super chin to the 9s. And it does work out for him. Always seems to play well against Daryl Gurney. And that in itself might have put a little bit of trepidation in the Northern Irishman's mind, let alone playing him here in front of this lot.
And it'll have given Clements that a little extra confidence boost as well going into this, with the mindset of, I can beat this guy. And if he gets more of those, he might be beating him. Now 60 for Gurney, yes, we like to see that. Pure magic. Exchanged pleasantries after, and Alan Suter went to Daryl Gurney as the cameras were still rolling and said, "He showed us how to do that." The magician shared his secrets.
Yeah, it's a very, very simple thing. All he does is change where he's holding the dart by about an inch, and he feels that he's still got the same. The action is the same, so he's confident in getting it going straight. He's confident getting it going where he wants. It's just going to change how it enters the ball, and it makes his next shot a whole load easier. The amount of times you've seen today, let alone all the other times, where blocker darts cause a problem. No problem here for Clements, double 12 again. Through 1-4-4, Gabriel Clements. What a game this is turning out to be. But only one can go through to face the #1 seed, Luke Humphries. That dart suggests it could be Gurney, because it's perfect to follow. Absolutely perfect.
The T word in darts, timing. Perfect from Gurney. Nearly perfect from Clements. But you'd fancy Gurney to have 6 darts at 1-2-1. The ball.
96.
Still a big assist.
Imagine the noise if this goes. It's not going to happen. And Daryl Gurney gets more match darts.
90. Only required 25.
25 required for a 6-5 win and a place in round 2. Double 8. And he stopped again.
Thank you, ladies and
He's
gentlemen.
going to try and compose himself. He's been pretty good at this, to be fair, in this game. He's not let them get to him. I don't think they've been that bad, but you're going to expect it. Can he hold his nerve? No, he can't. Super chin. Stumbles right at the end.
71.
Well, you could argue that he prodded the bear by taking the step back. Clements is going to get 1 for the match. And he doesn't take it. Match darts for both players now.
He's dodged 1 bullet. He may not be able to dodge any more. Double 4. Gurney holds his nerve. Superb display of composure to see off the German #1 here in Kiel. And the fans acknowledge a heck of a contest between these two.
But it's something that Adrian and Steve get a lot because they are premium draws. They want to save great players for the end of the session to keep people in this arena, which, when I look at this arena, nobody's leaving yet.
140.
He's going to follow that straight in.
Are we going to see another world-class leg? Yes, we are. What a great leg that is. Just like it was in the first European Tour event of 2022, when we made the final of Peter Wright and Gezi Price, and the winner went to world number 1. Not going to have anything like that this weekend, but we could indeed have drama over the next couple of days.
Very hard to pick a winner in the tournament overall.
93.
Steve Beaton might pick the pocket of Adrian Lewis. And that's a lovely 14-darter to break the throw. So
Fires him up. Look at the focus.
439.
Well, that was a bit odd. He had 91 left, right? So why didn't he go for treble 17? Now, I'm questioning someone who's averaging 107, but that was a mistake. But it's only a mistake if he misses this.
Well, maybe he was feeling so confident, he thought, let's have a crack at double 17, double 6. Here's the recipe for success. Steve Beaton. Wonder what's hit him. Steve Beaton, I don't think he expected to produce levels like this.
His personal best average for a Euro Tour win was in the tournament that he won in 2013 when he beat Mick Todd with 103.66. If he clicks this 86, it's going to be PB time. And he might just do it on the ball.
61. Adrian, you require 81.
That would have been a spectacular way to win it. He's has to go, Adrian. Well for ball.
49.
That's a good leave. So that's about as positive as it might get to end the day as a winner.
Game shot.
Steve Beaton does end the day as a winner. And that is the performance of the tournament so far. All Adrian Lewis could do is offer handshaking congratulations.